What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another season of Blazer Basketball and another season of Blazers Uprise. Now, this is our content trailer for this upcoming season, and in this video, I'm going to get into what's new for the channel this season. While I pulled out all the bells and whistles for last year's content trailer, this year's is going to be a little bit more of a discussion, and I just kind of want to give my thoughts on some various things. And I guess we'll start off with last year. If you recall last season, I went into the year wanting to do pre-game videos for every game, a watch party for every game, and a post-game show for every game. And honestly, that doesn't really work for a team that absolutely sucks. And in the past year, I've honestly learned a lot about YouTube, about content, and I've been working at Hog Media, which is a creator agency that helps creators get sponsorships. I've worked side by side with a lot of big sports creators, and it changed my thinking to going into the season. How do we maximize what we do best here at Blazers Uprise in a fun, fresh way that you guys really, truly enjoy? And obviously, the staple of this channel is post-game shows and videos. If you're new, we do a post-game show after every single Blazer game. That's 82 post-game shows a year. And while we find ways to have fun and keep things interesting on a night in, night out basis, going into the season, I wanted to find ways to make each post-game show feel a bit unique, each post-game show feel fresh, and each post-game show feel rewarding for you, the viewer. I take a lot of pride in the type of coverage that we produce, and when I started this channel 5-6 years ago, I don't even remember anymore, I started it wanting to provide coverage that I myself would enjoy listening to. And with all that said, let's talk about what we're going to do for post-game shows, and I don't even know what to call it, but basically, most post-game shows will also have a bit of an event along with it, or something that will make that post-game show special. In the past, we've tried live call-ins, and there was a stretch of time where we did that on every post-game show, and it was a bit too much. Some of you enjoyed it, but some of you didn't like that we were delegating our show to callers instead of providing our own analysis. But I do think there's a balance there that can work. And approximately every 6 post-game shows or so, we're going to have a call-in night where a big part of the show will be taking calls. This is a fun and interactive way where you can call in and discuss things with me and Eric, but it's also not too often that it takes away from the post-game show itself. And with a lot of these new wrinkles that we're adding to post-game shows, that's a big key, where the post-game show still feels like the Blazers Uprise post-game show, but there's something added to it to keep it fresh. Approximately twice a month, we plan on doing giveaway nights. And ultimately, we'll decide somebody to spin a giveaway wheel. It might be with some trivia, which could be fun. And then you can win giveaway items. Now, we only plan on this being approximately 5 to 10 minutes of a post-game show, and those normally go 2 hours. So once again, it doesn't take away from the show, but it's something fun that you can participate in, that gives back to you, that keeps things fresh. And both call-in and giveaway nights will be ran through our Discord. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. Something I want to do on a Friday or Saturday night, I'm calling it Shot Night. And basically the thought is, based on what happens in that night's game, will determine the number of shots I have to drink on a post-game show. And I'm going to try and get Eric to participate in that as well. And it could be a fun way to keep a game interesting and then make a post-game show really interesting. We're not going to go off the rails, but it could just be something fun about once or twice a month as well. And some stuff will be a little bit more low-key. I also plan on doing charity nights where we promote a good cause or a charity, and it's something that you, the viewer, can pitch in and contribute to, and we'll also make a donation ourselves. Also, for our channel members, we'll do members nights occasionally. I don't know exactly what those look like yet, but if you want to become a channel member, click the join button below. And then also we'll schedule out when we update our big boards, when we'll do mock drafts on post-game shows, and so forth. And there's some community aspects that I think we could add to that would be a lot of fun, but that stuff will start more so towards December and getting into 2025. And also on some weekend nights, we want to have game nights after the stream in our Discord server. And a big part of all of this is our Discord. If you have not joined our Discord, click the link in the description box below to do so. Maybe you've been putting it off. Maybe you feel like you haven't had a reason to join our Discord yet, but we're trying to get to 1,000 members. We got about 800 in there right now. We've been doing game threads in our Discord. That is fun. Ultimately, we want to ratchet up the engagement in there, and we want to host more events in there. So make sure you join that Discord where you can discuss things with other Blazer fans and ultimately participate in some of these post-game show events that we'll be doing. And in our Discord, if you click on Blazer schedule, you can see all of our event nights and how they're scheduled. There's also a couple that I didn't talk about that I tossed in there that we will do something for. On our second channel, Blazers Uprise podcasts, we will still be hosting some podcasts. I have the Scorching Trails podcast podcast with Stephen Vaughn. We plan on touching base again and recording some of those. Those are always fun. Of course, you have Hoops Crush with Eric, aka Hoops Jock, and Brady, otherwise known as Crushables. And then we'll have Blazers Uprise Live twice a week on Mondays and Thursdays, where we'll have picks against the spread. Right now, Blazers Uprise Live is on the main channel. Once preseason games start on October 11th, we'll be doing post-game shows for those instead of Blazers Uprise Live. And then once the regular season starts, we'll do our regular season post-game shows and Blazers Uprise Live over on the second channel once again. If you want to subscribe to our second channel, there's a link in the description box below. And if you don't know what Picks Against the Spread is, it's a segment that we do where we pick the day's games. Chat gets to vote in a chat poll. We participate with our mods, our podcast hosts, and we keep track of standings all year long. Chat won it last year. I owe them some giveaway stuff that's going to be wrapped up in the giveaway nights on post-game shows. Hopefully I can dethrone you guys this season. And then I also want to touch base on social media. Right now we're in the process of bringing on people to help out with our social media platforms, and those platforms are Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @BlazersUpriseYT. We tweet out show links from our Twitter page, but that's about it. But I want to start posting a lot more from that Twitter page with posts such as starting lineup graphics, final score graphics, clips from the game, interesting stats, interesting nuggets from the game. And I want to provide a good game day experience on the Blazers Uprise Twitter page. So make sure you go follow it, and that should ultimately be a lot of fun. And then also Instagram and TikTok. Our Instagram handle is @BlazersUprise, and our TikTok handle is @BlazersUpriseYT. We plan on doing some short form content, which will also be uploaded here as YouTube Shorts, as well as some graphic posts. I'm talking with my guy Krish on some cool graphic templates that we could do for Instagram. So make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms, as we plan on doing a lot there this year, in addition to all the good YouTube stuff that we do. You can also follow our personal Twitter accounts down in the description box below. I'll keep my more opinionated stuff to my personal account. I want the Blazers Uprise Twitter to be more so general stuff, and ultimately a little bit more upbeat than my personal Twitter is, where I'm critiquing guys a lot. There's links for everything down in the description below. Then ultimately, I want to make videos in the middle of the season at a little higher rate than I have in the past, but ultimately I need the time to do so, and I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have to be able to do videos. But essentially this season, I just want to make post-game shows as good as possible. I'm working on graphics for that right now as we speak. We'll have our podcast stuff on the second channel. We'll do a lot of stuff in our Discord, and we'll have some new stuff on new social media platforms, TikTok and Instagram especially. So I'm super excited to get the season started, and I appreciate those of you who support the channel. If you have a friend or a family member that's a Blazer fan that might be interested in our content, feel free to share our channel with them. We would greatly appreciate that as well, and I'll see you next time. Until then, as always, peace out. Go Blazers.